Victor, how important is it to bring together these people from the overseas territories and the Crown Dependencies here in Alderney?
I think it's incredibly important for us, members of the British family, to share together. It's particularly significant that they've come to Alderney for the first time, and I'm very grateful to see all my friends and colleagues from the overseas territories and the Crown Dependencies here on this beautiful island.
And what do you hope to achieve by this important meeting?
The major thing that I want to see coming from this is a sense of togetherness, a sense of unity across the British family. The world's changing. We are under significant pressure in many respects. I think it's important that those of us who share so many common traits and a heritage share our experiences and learn together and work hard to make the links that we need to in this world.
And does Alderney have a particular or a special part to play in terms of protecting the environment?
Yes, we do. As many people know, we take very, very seriously our stewardship of this island. Our environmental heritage is of crucial importance to us in this world in terms of the economic benefits that it brings, and also in terms of supporting our island for a sustainable future for our children.
Victor, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And how do you protect the environment with such limited resources?
We've been quite creative in our future, and what we're doing now is, because of limited resources and capacity issues that we have, what we're doing now is incorporating an external workforce into funding projects, so that this workforce will come in and assist us to achieve what we need to achieve environmentally and conservation-wise.
And are there any problems specific to Pitcairn?
Not really. We're kind of the same as everybody else. We have invasives, so we would like to tackle that. So we're very similar to other overseas territories in the issues that we do have. We have erosion, so yes, climate change issues. So although we are so small and in the middle of the Pacific, our challenges and issues are not any different from any other overseas territory.
Claude, what are the challenges facing the overseas territories and the Crown Dependencies post-Brexit?
Well, coming up at the moment, we are facing serious livelihood issues, problems, and of course the ongoing challenges will continue with regard to maintaining and protecting sustainable endemic species, which are linked to the economic issues that inform our livelihoods, such as tourism and of course the other services, agriculture attached to that.
How do you take care of environmental issues in Montserrat with what must be a limited budget or limited resources?
Yes, indeed. We rely on Darwin Plus, which is part of the UK response to the territories, which is rather small for the situation that we are faced with, having regard for the fact that on Montserrat and along with some of the other OTs in the Caribbean, that we are home to most of, they say 70% or so of the biodiversity, which the UK has on international obligations, but we don't see the kind of assistance that we would need to cope. But of course, we have some coordinating action from organizations such as the UK Overseas Territories Conservation Forum and RSPB and others who are locked into some of the Darwin financing, as limited as that is, and it's really assisting, also giving hope to the people of Montserrat.
Montserrat, of course, has its own unique problems as a result of your volcano erupting a few years ago.
Well, that has actually unveiled the heart of the problem in Montserrat, because as you know, the animals are hypersensitive and they would have escaped from the volcano ahead of the eruption. And so now we are basically challenged with a lot of the endemic and endangered species living among a human population that is swelling. And we have the increasing demand to protect things like the mountain chicken, the Montserrat oriole, and we have had to actually move some of these species to different places, some in the Channel Islands, to try to breed them in captivity to maintain the stock, mountain chicken, for example.
That's very interesting. Claude, thank you very much indeed.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
John, in your opinion, has EU legislation had a positive impact on the environment or otherwise?
Absolutely positive, particularly for a small territory like Gibraltar. We probably would not have reached the level of legislation to protect the environment and the quality of life had we not been in the EU. So absolutely, the EU actually is one of the world leaders in environmental legislation.
So in your opinion, what are the challenges facing the overseas territories and the Crown Dependencies post-Brexit?
There are several. One of them is the safeguards that EU legislation gives to environmental protection. Another one is the loss of EU funding, which Gibraltar, for example, has benefited greatly from over the last 40 years. And that is going to have a serious effect if the UK doesn't come up and cover that gap.
John, thank you very much indeed.
Delighted.